What's up,
What's
fellas?
up, Jensen Eklz? How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I'm all
You
right.
tired? Jesus.
Are you beaming in from Toronto?
I'm in the beautiful city of Toronto, Canada. Just got here yesterday.
Nice. So Countdown, you just finished filming the show Countdown for Prime. Now
Yep.
you're up in Toronto shooting the last season of The Boys.
Correct. Yeah, I finished, wrapped up Countdown last week. I don't know, what was that, 4 days ago? And now I'm here.
Wow,
Yeah.
craziness.
Man, you're a man on the go.
Mm-hmm.
Were you able to go home before Toronto?
Yeah, I went back home right after I wrapped and then basically unpacked my LA stuff and packed up my Toronto stuff.
Wow.
Your Speedo goes in that bin, your flip-flops over there, and then grab your Arctic parka.
That's it.
All right, let's get down to business. We're talking about episode...
And then maybe grab that Speedo out of the dustbin because you might need the Speedo in Toronto. I mean, you should take the Speedo. You don't know. It could be a spa.
I should never took it off. Let's be honest. It's just, I add layers. Smart move.
I know there are going to be
Yeah.
a lot of people that want to keep talking about you in the Speedo, but I've got to get back to the end.
Let's get to what we're here for. Why are we here?
We're talking about the second episode that you directed, which is episode 703, The Girl Next Door.
Yeah.
So we've got questions. So first of all, with you with directing, when did the itch start? And how did that work? Was it like, hey guys, I think I might want to direct one next season kind of thing? Because I think season 6 was your first directing episode,
Season 6 was first. Yeah, Weekend at Bobby's.
which is a great episode, by the way.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, I love that episode. The script alone, just because we really hadn't spent that much time with Bobby Singer and to get to do that with Jim.
Yeah.
And it was also nice for me because it took me out of the story
Yeah.
quite a bit. I was able to just focus on directing and not have to worry about dipping on the camera and then thinking about shots and then memorizing lines and stuff. So that worked out really well. I'd say the first time that I thought about directing was actually Tom Welling was the one who planted the seed. He was finishing up Smallville. There was an overlap there, but maybe about 5 seasons. Our first 5, I think, were the last 5 seasons of Smallville. There was a lot of hanging out and stuff offset on the weekends and stuff that we would do. And he had started directing a few Smallvilles over there, and he was like, you got to get him a directing spot. I was like, I'm good. Listen, I'm still trying to figure out this thing in front of the camera. I don't know that I need to figure it all out behind the camera. That seems like another mountain that I don't need to climb just yet. So that was in my head of just like, maybe I'll start asking questions just in the chance that opportunity presented itself in the future.
Yeah.
And then it was Kim Manners, season 2, I guess. He just flat out told me, he's like, you're going to direct.
Wow.
I was like, why? And he's like, because you're asking the right questions when it comes to why that and it was honestly, it was born out of just a curiosity of,
Yeah.
because I didn't go to film school. And so everything I've just learned on the job. And so I started asking, I was finally in a position to where I could, I was spending almost every day, all day on set, more than I ever had been up to that point. I just started getting curious about what was under the hood. So I started asking the camera operators, and I started asking the directors and the DP and picking their brain a bit. Why are you using this lens? What does focal length mean? Why a long lens instead of a shorter lens? All of that kind of stuff. And in asking Serge and Creaser and even Tishner and some of those guys, they directed me more towards a book or a movie or something that kind of gave some of those explanations of why things are shot a certain way. And for me, I was like, look, if I never get to direct, at least this is giving me more information for the business that I am pursuing and being in right now. So I looked at it as just collect as much information as you can, because the more info you have, the better it can help you out in whatever capacity you're doing. So it caught Kim's eye, and Kim said, you're going to direct one of these one day.
Wow.
And I said, okay. Sure, whatever. Yeah. And then it wasn't until season 4 that Bob iterated something very similar. And he said, Kim mentioned you directing. Is that something you still want to do? And I was like, to be honest, it was never something I asked for. It's never something that I would negotiate into my contract or force you guys to let me do. I remember I said this, I was like, I'll only do it if you believe in me enough to get it done.
Wow.
And the next season he gave me an episode.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Just hold that thought. We're coming right back.
Is there anything you can tell us about Vault Rising or The Boys season 5 or?
No, Crypty. I mean, there's an armed guard out in front of outside of my hotel room right now. No, there's not, but I wouldn't be surprised if there actually was. Literally just trying to get to my script through the emails that they send. I feel like I'm breaking into some government agency.
Wow.
I'm like, I don't think I should see this, and my name's on it.
Yeah, you need a password and everything, right?
Yeah, I won't spill any beans on season 5 as far as Vault goes. I think people have an idea of what to expect, but in true Kripke world, he loves to give you what you want in a way you don't expect it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. That's well said.
It's going to be great, I'm sure, and gross, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Do you have any plans to do any more directing at all?
Not currently. Although it was funny, there was some inquiries with Countdown. Some of the cast were like, "You going to direct season 2?" And I was like, first we got to get it picked up for season 2, and then maybe we'll talk about something like that. But as of right now, no. I've got a pretty full plate as far as performing goes for the next 12 months.
Yeah.
Yep.
You certainly do, which is exciting. We're excited about all the new